All right, welcome to the Confidence Formula overview for spring 2026. We're going to start with kind of a map of everything we're going to cover today. Our tagline is we help your player build concrete confidence. We really like to help your player perform at a high school level before their freshman tryouts, and this is what we're built for. So, we're going to talk about who this is for. We're going to show you a couple different maps, kind of where we are in the player journey, and then where and how the Confidence Formula course works. Map of the 12 weeks. We're going to talk about add-ons and a premium offer to bundle everything we want to do for the player over the next year. We're going to talk about the logistics of a average week in the 12-week course, and then we're going to give you a brief intro to our 3 system platforms, how they're used to get your player's schedule and the content before and after that we want them to be able to access. And then we're also going to show you a couple new ways to consume the formula content. If you're not able to do the current schedule on the 12-week system this spring, there'll be 3 extra ways that you can actually get the same content for your player. So the big map, first off, we call the 5 phases of the player journey. So just thinking about where your player is in their progression of skill. And we often talk about this on both a meta and a micro scale, macro and a micro scale. The macro scale would be like kindergarten, they start exploring basketball. 3rd through 5th grade, they get excited about basketball. 6th to 8th grade, they focus on basketball. By 9th grade, they're confident in it. And by 12th grade, their ambitions have grown to possibly playing college basketball. Right? On a micro scale, this might be between 6th and 8th grade, all of this happens, right? They're exploring what middle school basketball looks like. They're excited about it. They realize the need to focus and get better at skill. Then they get pretty confident by the end of 7th grade, and by 8th grade, they're actually ambitious about going on to play high school basketball. And so what we're talking about, the Confidence Formula program, is really built for a level 4 players based on this map. So we overlay that with our sock color system, which, if you're not familiar with, is most closely resembles the black belt karate idea that you can level up your skill independent of your age, because the worst indicator of skill level is grade level or age. And so what we're talking about for the confidence formula is actually listed here. And the blue sock, we want a player to have graduated the confidence formula to be considered a full-fledged blue sock skill level. And so most commonly we're finding our middle school players are in the middle of or end of 7th grade, and they've played enough basketball to be ready for the confidence formula, and they kind of need that to level up. So maybe they're on their middle school B team right now, or a rec or travel team, and they want to make their middle school A team. Like, this is one of the biggest on-ramps to doing that. And then by doing that, over the course of time, we expect they're going to make their freshman team, and then we like to have freshmen and 10th graders do this course again. If they're at a purple sock level, like, this is going to set them up to make varsity in the next year and a half. So that's kind of a short overview of our map we call the accelerated player journey. Really, what we want to do is take what most people do in 4 years and condense it to 2.5 years by just accelerating how fast they're progressing. So the map of the 12-week formula course. Phase 1, we are constructing solutions. So we use the focus funnel term for 2 different areas. We're talking about how a player can prioritize across all of basketball. We want them to give us the 3 big priorities that they want to focus on and improve. And we're actually going to use our week 1 court time to measure and evaluate those specific skills in a way that we can compare at the end of 12 weeks, apples to apples. Did we move that forward in the way we wanted to? And then we also use the focus funnel term borrowed from our teaching methodology called tag teach that we use for instructions. And that's our way of taking a lot of instructions and simplifying it down to 5 words or less, so that we can say something like elbow to eyebrow when they're following through on their jump shot. And we can say yes if they did it correctly, or try again if they did not. Getting our instructions precise enough that they understand exactly what to do, and we can tell them exactly when they did it correctly. Week 2 is from the sneakers up. We talk all about footwork across the board, from footwork for finishing, footwork for ball handling, footwork for shooting, footwork for off-ball movement, kind of laying the ground level of everything else we're going to build. Week 3 is the pillars of defense. We talk about containing the ball one-on-one, the footwork associated with that, contesting shots, trying to influence every shooter and make sure they don't get a wide open shot, and then clean up the mess. Rebounding is the third pillar. We work a lot on what we call bump and chase, the upgraded, sped up version built for guards instead of boxing out or bumping and chasing and going after the ball. Week 4 is the unguardable ankle breaker, which some parents question the terminology of that, but if you're not with it, the kids' term nowadays is ankle breaker is a good thing. If you're a great ball handler, you're making your defender trip over themselves and break their ankles, theoretically. So we were working on the main 2 categories of changing speed and changing direction more effectively, so we can shake defenders loose and get where we're going with less dribbles and less steps and make ourselves more of a weapon when the ball is in our hands. Phase 2, we talk about creating certainty. So finishing is first, where we're talking about how to finish from 5 different angles around the basket. And the 2 categories here are physicality and finesse. So physicality is, I'm going to run you over and score anyway, even if you did foul me. Finesse is, you overplayed your hand trying to block me, and now I'm doing a Euro step and ending up with free space to finish behind you. And kind of building out all the different possibilities around the different angles of the basket and starting to work on decisions at the rim to execute those based on how the defense is guarding you. Number 6 is the deep range assassin. So one of our favorites all time out of the whole course is getting players to shoot effectively from 10 feet deeper range than they already do. So if they were a 15-foot jump shooter, now they're a 25-foot jump shooter, and they're making three-pointers pretty easily, and all the pieces that go with shooting stack up to make that happen. The situational skill system is our first intro to decision making, just filtering down from here's a game situation, here's the decisions you need to make, here's the skills you need to execute based on those decisions, and getting them really comfortable with kind of the big 3 categories of situations. So that would be a fast break, a half court, and a out of bounds or a press. And getting them really comfortable with those means everything else starts to work, and that's where confidence shows up. The inside job is everything around being the post player, being a big guy inside, guy or gal. Can you operate in the post, whether you're a small or a big player, so that you can find a matchup and exploit it when the time comes? And if you are a guard, how to use your big, how to pass to your big, how to get your big screening at angles that work better for you to get you open and create offense for both of you. Really just everything to do around playing in the paint around the basket. Phase 3, we really just layer on to everything we've already built. So the shot creator is no longer just mechanics of shot, but how can we get open off the ball and create shots before we catch it? How can we create shots using only one dribble? How can we create shots using multiple dribbles, kind of ISO scenario, or using a ball screen, just to create ways to score all the time in every situation? The scorer's formula is all about basketball math. How can we gauge and measure a player's scoring efficiency? So they're not just happy that they scored 10 points, but they're happy that they scored 10 points on 10 shots, and their efficiency was really good. The advantage multiplier is really just getting them comfortable with manufacturing team chemistry from a few core principles. And these are kind of trickled throughout the rest of the program. This is just where we kind of bring it all together and get them really thinking about, I don't want to catch a pass from an advantage teammate and kill the advantage and start over. I want to multiply that advantage. So keeping the pressure on the defense by attacking without stop and multiplying advantages until we get a really obvious open shot that we can easily make instead of stopping and starting our advantages all the time. And then last but not least is the decision maker, really just getting them comfortable with a framework we use for binary decision making and what we call a decision tree, and getting it to where they can make a very simple decision very fast and then start to apply that to different areas of the game. So we're going to go through like the 3 big scenarios that seem to help players get the concept the best and then really unleash them to go apply that in all kinds of different ways on their own. But give them a way to think about decision making and a way to train themselves to become better, simpler, and quicker decision makers overall. All right, on to the big picture basic of the basic package, the confidence formula. So it's $1,999. This is based on a payment plan over 3 months. If you actually want to pay in full, we'll give you a discount, $200 off, so it's $1,800 if you pay all up front. We're going to have 4 groups this spring. The girls' blue sock level is going to be 7th to 9th grade, approximate skill level. So we want to do an eval before you sign up for this program to just make sure this is the right fit. The girls are going to be on Monday and Saturday nights from 7 to 8 p.m., starting March 16th, ending, I think it's June 7th. I left a date off of here. Boys' green sock is going to be basically 7th grade. We will accept some 6th graders, again with an eval to certify that their skill level is ready for that. That's going to be Monday and Wednesday night, 6 o'clock to 7, starting March 16th. Boys' blue socks, 8th grade skill level is going to be Tuesday and Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m., March 17th, ending on June 4th. And then boys' purple socks, so 9th grade and up into high school, Tuesday and Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., March 17th to June 4th. All the details on this, as well as some testimonials, other good stuff about the program, how it works, why we made it this way, you can find all that at playpracticebasketball.com/confidence. Next up, we're going to talk about the 3x3 competition. So this is going to be a optional add-on. We're going to try to get all the players in the program on a team as part of this. But we're going to be doing a free tournament. Actually happens first, April 12th. And that's just something we do every quarter, try to get more players familiar with this format. If you haven't seen it before, it's really my favorite way to coach without saying a word. We have a 12-second shot clock and a 10-minute game, and really just a fast pace designed to make decisions quickly and not care about mistakes, which creates fantastic results for players' confidence. So the league is going to be 3 divisions, 12 and under boys, 16 and under boys, and girls 14 and under. And times are still being worked out, but it's going to be between 2 to 6 p.m. on Sunday each week, and it'll be $110 per player or $400 for a team of 4. And we encourage you to either bring a team of your own, or we will be forming teams from our players in the program as they're going through training. So this will be starting April 19th as a 8-week league to basically match the remainder of our 12-week program and wrap that up the first week of June. And then additional pieces, things you can add on to the program to make it better in our experience, and also to give it some more longevity and maintain your progress over a longer period of time. So the confidence warranty is our way of maintaining what we've built in the 12 weeks, and this is designed to be a year-round maintenance program to kind of fit in between teams when you're in season, and even other sports. If you're playing baseball and then soccer and then basketball, this is designed to kind of fit where you could still do it and maintain a minimal dose of play practice basketball. So it includes a weekly game film. So if you have film, you can send us. We voice it over and give it back to the player and tell them what they're doing correct, what they can improve on, and we also pull data from that to inform how we're working with them on the court. We stay in touch with them by text roughly 3 times a week, checking in. How's practice? What's going on with your games? What do we need to work on this weekend when you're in for a workout? Then we do 2 monthly one-on-one workouts, and we have a standing group on either Saturday or Sunday, depending on skill level, where we get all the players together and compete a little bit, kind of troubleshoot some of the team tactics they might be struggling with, and give them a chance to apply what we're working on against some live defense. And then it also includes 2 monthly Dr. Dish sessions. So this is our long-term maintenance program where most players stay with us through their high school years, and it's discounted accordingly. Like, this is a monthly membership. This is the cheapest way to get one-on-one workouts with me and have a lot of other perks built in. It's kind of our best way to do work over the long term and keep them consistently moving forward. Number 2 is our Keys to the Gym membership. So you can get 24/7 access with your own key code to get in the gym door. We just ask you to use our app to book time to do that. And so we have 3 different tiers. The most popular is starting at $150 a month for 4 hours of court time each month. So roughly 1 hour a week. You can get in and guarantee that you're going to have a place to practice mom and dad with the player. And it also includes access to our Dr. Dish shooting machine so that you can really crank out 600 shots in an hour if you so choose. Number 3 is our injury prevention training. So the tagline we developed is don't miss 6 weeks of your season because you rolled your ankle. Right? It's like a number one interrupter of basketball progress is physically being unable to practice or do anything for 6 weeks or more. So Coach Kelly here owns his own business called Postural Foundations. He's our partner for this program because I like to keep my attention on the basketball side, and physical training is not really my thing. And so we offer everybody in the 12-week program a free assessment to just go see Coach Kelly, let him evaluate your posture, your physical symmetry, your muscular symmetry, kind of look for any areas prone to injury and make a plan to hedge against that is the best way I like to describe it. And then we sell a package with Kelly to provide weekly training sessions and a customized take-home workout program for 3 months. So just to match the 12 weeks that we're doing here with the Confidence Formula, that's designed to go with it. That's a $1,500 program to match our 12 weeks. You'll see Coach Kelly once a week, and you'll have a take-home program to do really 3 to 4 days a week on your own to kind of get the most out of that. Number 5 is the extra shooting on the Dr. Dish. So in addition to the 24/7 membership where you can get in anytime you want on your own, this is designed to do it anytime we're on the court doing training already. So the idea here is to get you 12 sessions once per week where your player can come in and just get extra shots. And that can often be paired with our group workout, either before or after they're on the court for the group. They can come in and get extra shooting reps on the machine. And so we sell those for $30 for 30 minutes, so it's a $360 package, and you really can get 3,600 shots out of those 12 sessions by averaging 300 shots in 30 minutes and just getting more repetitions on the shooting skill. All right, the premium package is just everything I covered bundled all together. So kind of everything we can do, everything we want to do over a year's time. So it's the basic confidence formula we've already talked about. It was $19.99 value, 12 months of the confidence warranty. So you could do that either starting in sync with the first 12 weeks, so we'll have a 3-month overlap of both, or you can start it after the confidence formula wraps up and have a whole another year of that maintenance program. 3 months of keys to the gym, and we actually do this at our middle tier, 12 hours per month, and so that's a $2,700 value. You can get in the gym 3 days a week, anytime you want, when you book it ahead, and have practice time. 3 months of injury prevention, so that's the package we just talked about with Coach Kelly, and actually it's a $1,500 value. That's been leveled up as we added some more perks to that with him. And then 12 sessions of the Dr. Dish we just talked about, $360 value. So we're bundling all that together. The total value is nearly 10 grand here, $9,954. But we're not going to ask you for $9,954. We're not even going to ask you to pay all that up front. $71.28 is what we actually bundle it at as one big payment if you want to do that up front. But if you commit before February 16th, we're going to give you payment plan options. So it comes out to $594 a month for 12 months, basically giving you 0% financing on that $71.28 number. And if you already paid for the basic, which some of you have, then that is discounted accordingly. So it's basically giving you a 12-month payment plan for the remainders, $444 a month over 12 months. All right, on to system platforms. So we got 3 big systems that we use we want to get you familiar with. This is going to be a high-level intro. We'll spend some more time when you are signed up for the course to introduce you to it and get you fully onboarded. Upper Hand is how we schedule classes. ClickFunnels is where we host our online course materials. And Home Court is how we capture stats and video in a way that your player can be reviewing it all the time. So Upper Hand, it's only necessary for parents, so the player doesn't need to have a login for this. In this course, it's a set schedule for all 12 weeks, so you really don't have to do much here. It's going to mainly just give you schedule reminders. Oh yeah, we're on the court on Tuesday. We're on the court again on Thursday. If we have any anomalies, we will be adjusting the schedule in there. If we get snowed out somewhere in late March, early April, we'll be using that platform to make changes, and we'll be notifying you accordingly. But for the most part, it's kind of set it and forget it for the 12-week program. ClickFunnels is where we host our online courses. So we do like to have the parent and player access for this. So we're going to access the videos ahead of each workout so they know what we're going to be doing and why we're going to be doing it that way. And it also has some books and quizzes and other materials attached. So we're going to walk you through setting up a login and saving that page to ideally the home screen on your player's phone so they can do a one button mash and get where they're going to get their access to materials. We like to send player reminders via text to keep them on track. It's kind of our accountability system. And the completion of each module is really what we track to contribute to their final kind of graduation certificate. So if they have watched their videos and answered their quiz questions for all 12 modules, then we will give them a 100% score and give them a nice certificate of graduation from the confidence formula. Pro tip that's come out of a lot of players and parents and family feedback is it really works good if the player can just watch the video in their drive to the gym in the car. They get out of school, there's often homework, there's other stuff going on. It might be hard for them to watch it ahead. They can definitely watch it as far in advance as they want, but if nothing else, last minute, watch it in the car on the way to the gym, then it's fresh in their mind before we hit the court. It can work really well. Third system is home court. This is where we capture our stats and video courtside while they're on the court so they can see themselves after the fact. And so we like to have parent and player access for this. We're going to be tagging the player, kind of like a social media aspect to it, where we can tag them even though we filmed it and it'll show up on their newsfeed. We call it the practice database. So really just want them to be able to review video of themselves anytime and kind of have a log of everything they've done with us. So if they want to go work on their own, they can go see themselves in action. Hey, I was shooting it this way, we changed something, now I'm shooting it that way. I can go practice it that way that I remember. So the main goal here is to provide video and stats of every workout, and there's several steps to set it up. We're happy to walk that through with the player kind of courtside before they get started so that they're ready to roll. All right, logistics for the specifics of spring 2026, kind of example schedule. If we're going through the average week, we want you by Monday to watch the preview video. So that would be on ClickFunnels, we just mentioned. Watch the video about what we are about to do. Then Tuesday is a workout, kind of breakdown night. It's typically early in the week, and then competition night later in the week. There's definitely some overlap of both. And the goal is to connect the dots from the theory that we started talking about to the one-on-one skill to the group skill in a game playing 3-on-3. And then Friday, wrapping up the week, we want you to do the quiz, just certify your retention of knowledge. And then Sunday, we already talked about, is our 3x3 league. We'll be starting mid-April. That's an optional addition. You don't have to come to that, but we really like our players that are doing the formula to also come and play there and just give them another chance to apply what they're doing with a more loose competition, less coaching, more just playing and executing what they're learning. And then lastly, we're going to be doing makeup sessions before and after the April vacation. So it's very common because we're going right through April vacation from March to June. Somebody's going to go on vacation sometime during there and miss a week or a workout or two. And so we're going to plan for those in advance on some dates before and after the vacation week so that nobody has to miss a week of content. They can come in and do a makeup session. All right, on to other ways to consume the confidence formula. So this has really become our flagship program and product. And so I'm experimenting with other ways to make this accessible because it's really good and really valuable. I want more people able to benefit from it in lots of different ways. So the first one we're going to do this summer is the Confidence Formula Camp. So July 11th to the 16th, we're going to do 6 consecutive days of an intensive boot camp style, 4 hours per day. So that'll be in the afternoon, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the plan for those dates. And we're going to be just cranking out everything we normally would cover in those 12 modules of the 12-week course. We're going to do it in 6 days. So 2 modules a day. We're going to be creating some very brainful players by the end of those 6 days. I'm looking forward to that. You can find the details to sign up for that is at playpracticebasketball.com/camp. Our next session will be in fall 2026. So next full 12 weeks will begin September 1st and go through November 21st. And then there's more. We have the confidence formula, something I just created after talking with some families. We're going to have it done with you. So basically, for $600 for 12 weeks, we're going to give you access to the whole course, and we're going to kind of coach you as the parent of how to implement this at home. So we're going to give you the whole course curriculum with videos and quizzes and all the materials and books. We're going to give you access to live stream and recordings of all of our workouts that we're doing with the players in this spring, so you can kind of follow along. And then we're going to set up a weekly Zoom call for any parents taking this method and have some time for Q&A. Hey, we tried to implement this drive and kick idea that you're talking about, and it's not working the way we wanted to, so we need to troubleshoot it. And then we're not going to include it, but we recommend an add-on of the keys to the gym membership for the $150 a month, so you get at least once per week in the gym. And that's optional. If you have other gym space or your driveway is well shoveled, you can get outside and get after it. And then the last option is just do it yourself. So it'd be really no contact with us, but we give you the whole online course for $199, and you can go through it with your player and talk about it, discuss it, practice concepts and demonstrations from the videos you'll see in the course, and try to implement it for yourself. And so, typically we're only accepting players that are at least a 7th grade skill level. Maybe they're in 6th grade, but playing up a little bit. But anyone younger than that you think could really benefit from the concepts we're talking about here, this would be the way for you to go give them some ideas about basketball that they probably haven't heard anywhere else before, and kind of level up their thinking, if not their skill level, by going through the course and practicing it the best they can on their own. So that's it for the Spring Confidence Formula 2026. Lots happening. I'm excited about having 4 groups. Looks like we're going to be sold out here shortly. So if you're interested in signing up, get in touch with us and we'll get you whatever else info you need to make a decision and get your player going with more confidence. I'll see you on the court soon.